Can you fly, motherfucker?
What is going on, everybody? This is Raw Star of the Burbank Misfits, and you're listening to The Misfit Effect. And of course, I'm always joined with my wonderful, excellent, spectacular, very brilliant co-host, CW. How you
Well,
doing, sir?
shit, I'm doing all right. Oh, so he's laying thick on me because we don't have a guest right now.
I'm always laying thick on you because I know your
Oh, that
worth.
sounds kind of weird, actually, when I say it again.
And that's like, well, you think of it that way, yeah, but I wasn't even putting it into that analogy. That's on you, sir.
How you doing? I'm just up in here counting money.
Well, you're counting money. I'm looking at my stock exchange, and money go away. So
Man,
we're
oh yeah, the market has been crazy with the GameStop stuff, right?
yeah.
Man,
So
I'm
and
so
like
glad.
and for everybody who's listening to this, things might change by Monday or when we post this. But today is Thursday, and today is when when Robinhood went down and they're removing certain stocks and stuff like that from certain places. So it's really hard for some people right now. I personally didn't invest in GameStop or
AMC or
AMC
BlackBerry.
and BlackBerry, but I'm looking at my stock. I've only lost a dollar 15 today. So hopefully everything goes up, and I know things might change throughout the day because it hasn't closed yet at the time of the recording. So we'll see how things alter. But I believe two of my stocks that I did invest that I do own right now will go up over the next 4 or 5 months because of those partnerships. However, so not make this a stock podcast because I can tell you now, I know very little, and the ones I invested in, I was going by the numbers from the memory of what I've learned in at Northside High School.
Really?
Yeah. So for those of you who do know this, me and CW went to the same high school, and they offered this class that I don't know if CW had the same teacher, but we had to actually do like pretend we bought a stock, and we had to
Oh, I didn't have
micromanage.
that class.
I mean, it's required for you to graduate. You probably didn't have the same teacher.
Who? Who? What class
Force,
was it?
um, we had government.
Oh, government. Oh, I had the guy that was just like monotone and
Yeah, I had
no.
Schwarzkopf, but so you had a different teacher. So we had to pretend like we had bought stock, and we had to budget. And the stock I purchased back then, like in the using, you know, they gave us like 500 to start, and we had to make money. And like at the end of the class, my money I made, I'm doing quotes, y'all. The money I made was about like I think I made 750. So I made money in the doing what I was doing, whatever. But that was 20 years ago, guy. Yeah. So yeah, and CW was over here flashing his money, knowing exactly where that's about to go to in a second. That's that rent money.
Rent money.
But no,
Rent money, baby. Well, actually, I got to pay my car insurance.
yeah, that's a new bill for you. So CW's back rolling again. He's gonna
I like
he's
it, but it's weird because I'd be like, damn, do I drive? Well, I got a car, but do I drive it? And then I got like the base model. My motherfucking seats don't even come down in the back.
I mean, you could be walking.
True.
I mean, so yeah,
True.
so
I mean, This
CW
guy
has a
under.
CW
This
has
guy
had
under.
like CW has gotten so used of not driving because like he didn't need to his
He's
own
got
car.
under 50 miles.
So he's gotten so used to like if he wants to go to the grocery store, that's his exercise. Just walk however long he has to walk to the grocery store and then come back.
Great
So
cardio, man.
so yeah, I don't like no, I couldn't do it. So anyway, we were gonna hit on we had a guest today. I do not know what happened to them and it sucks. But today we're gonna talk about anime. And because like we do these pop-ups of different anime work because at heart we are true anime fans.
Yes.
And like
I've been called a weeb a time or two.
there's a few animes that I have in my queue that I'm currently looking forward to
On
watching.
what? On what?
I put them on my anime list.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're like the link is open on Funimation, but um, I haven't started actually looking at them yet. You know, and like there's one that's called
I was gonna let Funimation go, but then I'm like, it's like $6.
yeah. But the thing is like, and then with Crunchyroll, I've been reading everywhere. Well,
I mean,
of
I
course,
wonder what they're gonna do since they merged. Oh my god. Or is this now?
who's merged?
Burbank Misfits Business Talk.
Who's merged?
Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Like one bought the I can't who bought whoever's the parent company of I think Funimation bought Crunchyroll. Yeah, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Because one of my clients worked on a Funimation not Funimation, excuse me. Crunchyroll original project. But I don't think it ever aired. But like a whole season. It didn't air, and I was wondering what was going to happen to it now that Funimation bought Crunchyroll. If they're just going to scrap the original programs they started to come up with.
Well, that's almost like it's no use to getting the Crunchyroll account now because of they might just put them both together. It's the same thing with
Yeah, but
people.
I like Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll seems to have more stuff than
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Funimation.
they might put them together.
Yeah, but like when?
Yeah, and I know, but I have noticed a lot of the Crunchyroll
And what
stuff
if they're
is.
making more money with?
I will say this: I like Crunchyroll's database, not database,
Yeah,
but their layout more than I like Funimation's layout.
Funimation seems like nobody wanted to really put a lot of effort into it.
That's what I mean. It's like they like did a half job on it, but they just
And
had.
then it makes it look like, damn, you don't got shit on here.
But they have a lot of stuff. You actually gotta look for it
Yeah,
though.
you got to really look and like, I'm like, do you have any movies on here? And it's like maybe a couple, but then it's like depending on how you know how to look. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Like there's,
And
that's
then
what I'm
you go to
saying.
Hulu and you're like, oh, it's damn near everything on fucking Funimation here.
Well, there's a lot of Crunchyroll. It's like if you type in Crunchyroll, is it Crunchyroll? Crunchyroll, everything else comes up though. So there's that too. But no, I know right now I am finishing off the last season of don't trip off this anime called My Teen Romantic Comedy season 3. So I'm finishing that off. It is not as good as season 1 and 2. Don't look at me
This is
funny.
what he likes to watch. It's okay. It's okay. I accept you.
No, but it's not like the thing is this is what I tell everybody else. Like when it comes to me and anime I watch, a lot of elements I watch they are based in high school or they are slice of life or they are what's the word I'm looking for There are something that the other word when it's a all for one dude harems. They're harems. So it's like
Oh yeah.
I have my my type of anime that I watch, but it's not like I don't say yeah this is my waifu because a lot of these people are underage. So I don't age up my anime characters like some people do. I just like that it's feel good anime. You know, but I do throw in like other animes that are exciting and good to watch because I've told you to watch Recreators, and I think you would enjoy Recreators.
I
So
think I tried to watch an episode, but I fell asleep.
it's a really I think for everybody out there, Recreators is about to give you a rough of the synopsis. It's about anime characters being sucked into the real world, and they are trying to get back into their anime world because it's all they know. The thing is in order for them to get back there, they got to find the person who actually created them. So if like CW created a certain character, they went and find this person, like went to find him, so they can he can find a way to help them get back into their anime. Then, like the thing is, there's a lot of bad people that come out that are furious of the story that, let's say, CW had wrote that this person's entire family got brutally murdered, and they are, dealing with that, whatever, and
Oh,
they're killing people. And the thing is, they come out and they find out, oh, this person wrote that my family had been murdered and all like this, and he sells it and he makes millions off of it and he's profiting off of my torture. So they're coming out trying to kill them. So that's why I enjoy it because it's like, it's kind of the opposite of, the standardized. And there's one big kicker that is really a big plot that I'm not going to give out, but toward the end, it makes sense a lot of way. And the thing is, one big thing, nothing that they and the thing is like in order for them to make stuff work in the real world, the audience has to accept it.
mm.
So they can't just say blah blah goes back into the real world because the audience might say what the heck or no or deny it. It has to be accepted by everybody.
Mm.
It's 25. The whole series is 25 episodes, I think, and so it has action. It has very little, if any, like fan service. It has, yeah. So it's honestly to me, it's one of the better animes I watched last year in 2020. So it's one of the ones that like isn't like my norm of watching, but I highly recommend it because it's
Okay.
not. It's one that I believe you would. I think I told you like before. It's one that I think you would really enjoy. So, but what are you watching right now, CW?
Well, I'm watching Attack on Titan, the final season. It's fucking dope.
I've never. Oh, side note, and this is very random. I never. First of all, I could never get into Attack on Titan.
Mm.
I really could never do it. And like, I know that Beastars just came out with season 2.
Oh shit! I gotta get back on Beastars. That's my shit.
I haven't watched it yet. I just because I use as I said before, everybody out there, I use my anime list just so I can keep track of when stuff is out and when it's coming out and everything, and what I've watched. And I was looking on my anime list like 4 days ago, 3 4 days ago, and I seen it said B Star season 2 has started, I'm like, what? Now, like, I don't think it's. I don't even think it's on. Is it on Netflix yet? It's Netflix. It's a Netflix show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even had opportunity to even look for it on there yet. I just seen that they said season 2 started. I don't know if it has or hasn't been. Ooh,
Oh, like if it's on Netflix or if it's like somewhere. Well,
yeah,
man,
because sometimes they wait before they write the help me out here,
I don't know what you're trying to say.
the
Before
subtitles.
they, you mean they wait before? You mean like when it comes out just in Japan?
Yeah, when it comes to Japan, because sometimes they don't rush the subtitles.
True.
So sometimes you gotta wait like two, three
So
weeks. Yeah,
yeah,
until they write. And the thing is, when I first saw Beastars, I think I saw it. Was it dubbed when I watched it? I think it was dubbed
yeah, it
when I
was probably
watched it.
dubbed.
So that's the only thing I've seen of it.
Yeah, who knows if it's gonna be when it's gonna be dubbed?
And I think it just came out. Let me look. It just came out like I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Let me see.
Beastars,
January 7th. It started January
Beastars.
7th, and that's when it started airing. And that's probably like 3 episodes, but I don't know if it's so. Yeah, so I don't even know when it's going to be actually airing out for you know people who do not speak the other language, Japanese. So yeah, so I'm still like, there's not a lot of animes that have come out that really caught my attention because when I'm watching um my romantic snafu, that one has been out for a few months,
Uh-huh.
and I'm watching the dub of it because I don't have the time. But like, and I'm only watching it because I was sitting back watching season 1 with somebody, and I dropped it. But now I'm just like, okay, let me go ahead and finish it off, you know. And I think it's like a big part of me wants this anime called Gamers to have a
Hmm.
season 2. But the thing is, it's like when I first started watching Gamers, it was like a real game anime. Then it became like something different, you know.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, you know, and I know like I need to watch. Is it okay to find a girl in a dungeon or something like that? And that was a okay anime. I know they're on season 3 now of that. So there's a few out there that I have interest in watching, but it's nothing out there that's like really standing out. Like I'm looking at the three that I have queued up. It's called Suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. One called Horimiya and one called Bottom Tier Character Tomozaki. So one of these about a both of them is like they just sound like interesting stories.
I'm watching this other one called that was called Delphier. It's this kid that turns into this like furry mascot mech suit thing, and this other girl rides inside of him, and they fight people for these magical coins.
That
But they kill
sounds.
each other, and he has a revolver, but he looks like a giant like dog mascot.
You said what's the name of it?
Delphier, or something.
I said because that sounds familiar. It sounds like I watched at least one of those episodes, or I'm just blending
This
stuff
part where
together.
she's like, "Let me get inside of you." He's like, "What?"
Speaking of let me get inside of you, I heard
He's like,
Dragon
"It's all
Slayer.
wet and
I
moist, huh?"
heard Dragon Slayer is Netflix or Hulu now in
Oh,
English
really?
and
Hmm.
people getting excited about. I've never like I don't think I've seen the one you're talking about. I'm probably confusing that and a different one
What?
because some of these animes they just start to blur together
And then I was watching
sometimes.
the Junji Ito collection, which is like some horror anime. It was okay. There's a new one out, uh, Akudama Drive. It's got pretty good animation.
Okay.
It's like a thing in the future where like I guess there's people with like powers and this girl without any powers gets caught up with them and they're sent on these missions by this cat that controls these bomb collars on their necks. It's weird.
Yeah, that's different. Because I know, like, the thing is, everybody out there, me and CW, like, have completely different tastes in anime. We do, we do collide on a few because I believe we both like My Hero Academia. We both like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, but it's like when it comes to everything else, it's like I don't know. Because
Yeah.
because I can
I
say
like a lot of shonen. I like a lot of shonen anime, honestly.
because I can say I like this anime called The Master of Ragnarok in Blesser. That's more so of a fantasy harem anime, and like I thought it was really good. But you look at reviews on like Mal or like these different websites, it got a 6.0 rating. I enjoy it because it's just because what it's about is about somebody who it's like one of those, you know, someone got stuck into a different world. And I like that because because I've always liked shows or movies in general where someone is either in a different world or they got trapped into a different body. Or they switch bodies. So like for like example, like if you ever grown up and you seen this movie called Vice Versa, I enjoy stuff like that. You saw Vice Versa?
Who's in it?
Judge Reginald, and Fred Savage.
Oh, Judge Reinhold
Yeah. So
and Fred Savage. Yeah.
stuff
Yeah, I
like
remember that one.
stuff
He
like
was
that,
smoking and he was
or
smoking and drinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like oh, what's the other one where they switch places with Dudley Moore and the dude from Who's the Boss?
Oh, I don't think I saw that one. But remember the one with the old guy that used to smoke cigars
George
and
Burns.
the grandson?
George
Yeah.
Burns.
George
Yeah.
Burns is the grandson, and he was
Uh
like running track.
that's is that 18 again?
It might be 18 again.
I think that's 18 again. With
And
George
then there's
Burns.
the one with oh wait, the one with Dudley Moore has Kirk Cameron in it, right?
Yeah, that's it from Who's the Boss?
He's not from Who's the Boss? That's Growing Pains.
Growing Pains, wow. Yeah, George Burns is 18 again. And yeah, Dudley Moore was the old guy in that movie, and Cameron
Son.
was the son. So like father, like son.
Yeah, okay.
So I enjoy movies like that because like father, like son, and vice versa, they came out like a year apart, 87, 88. And I watched to make this interesting. I watched Vice Versa yesterday while I was eating.
Well,
So I like stuff like this. It's always interests me. Oh, side note for everybody out there who watch Cobra Kai, there's a movie that I just happened to see on Disney Plus. It has Tori and it has Hawk from Cobra Kai, and they switch bodies. Now, no, I saw this movie before Cobra Kai came out, and when they introduced Tori, I immediately I didn't recognize Hawk at first, but I recognized Tori because she looks the same, and Hawk looks a little different. So you would not think about it at first, but they switch bodies in the movie, and I always just see that character rather than seeing Tori. So yeah, it's not a good movie at all. It's because
I don't even know
what
who these characters are.
you didn't watch Cobra Kai?
No,
Why? I'm judging
I've
you.
only been watching things about stocks, real estate, and being a millionaire. It's consuming my life.
So everybody
The
out there,
things about being successful.
it's time to judge CW because
I only have time for.
you're missing out on a really on a really good TV show.
I know. That's why I still keep my Netflix account, even though I'm not watching it all the time. So I'll watch it one day, maybe. I may
Yeah.
watch it
So
one
basically,
day.
when you do watch it, you'll see who I mean, who is Tori and who is Hawk, and those two people change bodies in the movie. Because I was telling this to someone the other day, and they were really into it. But those type movies really interest me. I've never seen is it not Berserk, but starts with an O. It's an anime, and he goes into like a demon lord body. Basically, from what I understand, him and his guild had made like a big world, and it became real.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Anime basically starts with an O. But
Overlord.
I've tried to watch it, but I couldn't keep
It's
it.
hard to get past the first few episodes.
So yeah, that's what I was on episode 3. That's
Yeah,
where I stopped at.
like they establish the world, and then they like make him a low, like when he pretends to be like the knight or something. It's just like, yeah.
See, that's what hard for me. But I got into that because I was watching the anime where they got sucked, where all of the worlds that got put together.
Oh,
Yeah, so yeah, so they brought in
oh yeah,
animes.
yeah, yeah. There is an anime like that. I heard. Yeah,
Yeah, I've told you about it before.
yeah. You told me about it.
So
Oh, you tried to watch the anime that they came from.
yeah, because it's I really enjoy that anime, and I feel that I said, well, I might as well check it out. It's called it's a Kai Quartet. Season 2 of it too. It's 2 seasons, and in the third season, that's when they bring in Cautious Hero, and it's another one too. But I know it's a Cautious Hero they brought in for the second season, and a different one. Can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, but the thing is, I enjoyed Konosuba, Konosuba, God's Blessing to the Wonderful World. That is a anime I enjoyed. ReZero, that's a spectacular anime, and I couldn't get into the saga of Tanya the Evil.
Yeah,
They
I watched a few episodes, but then I was just like, well, I mean, like it got interesting the fact that it's like a weird isekai thing, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know, it was weird. I I I mean, I'll probably give it a second look because the concept is very interesting.
Oh yeah, and then they also have in this second season of Isekai Quartet, the Rising of the Shield Hero.
Oh.
So they brought him in there too. So it has a whole thing of multiple shows in there. And I don't even know who they're going to bring in for season 3, but I heard they're because they're always just adding to more and more of animes that got sucked in, you know. So you never know who you're going to get, and they do a mixture, so it's not just fighting animes, it's not just a different type. So I mean, it's more so of a parody anime than anything else.
I mean, that's what I guess that's what I assumed.
So yeah, so it's one I would highly recommend. So what else? What else is on your what's on your to-do list as far as animes?
I need to watch the Demon Slayer movie. Yeah, I need to watch the Demon Slayer movie. That's the main one. I mean, I might continue to watch One Piece, but I really like the dub, so I might just wait. I think I want to. I don't know if I want to start another long anime like Gintama or something, but
I was telling someone this the other day, and this is what I was telling them why I could not watch One Piece. I do not want to get into an anime that has 350 or more episodes.
Oh. Well.
And One Piece, I think, has 990 or something like that.
900, yeah. 900,
so it's like,
and you know what?
And it's still going.
I'm at like maybe 600 or whatever as far as the dub is right now.
I was talking to the person who I was talking to the other day, like 2-3 days ago. She's at episode 250.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I love it.
I physically cannot do that. Give me 3 seasons of 26, and I'm happy. Because it doesn't feel like, and then even if like, when it comes to animes like Food Wars, who has like 27, 28 episodes per season, whatever, but then you had like they broke it up over 4 seasons. It doesn't feel like it's as many because of the breakage,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. One Piece is woof, it's an undertaking,
yeah.
And especially partly because there's not a lot of filler, so you're actually getting like real story most of the time.
Yeah, they're like, for example, like I told someone, like if I had never had seen Dragon Ball before, I probably would not start it.
Yeah.
Especially Dragon Ball, and I mean the him as a kid.
Oh yeah.
That one is still like, if I was to watch, I would dang near watch GT before I watch Dragon Ball. It's because like some of Dragon Ball is good, but like it's like a lot of it is just like we're introducing the entire world to you. And I remember as a kid, like I wasn't too. I used to enjoy the Z because they played Z first, and then they played Dragon Ball, and I used to say, "Oh, this was a child." I'll sit back and watch it because I don't feel like getting up, but I could do without this. And then but the thing is, like with Dragon Ball Z, you get like 10 minutes of actual dialogue, and the rest is just like you got 5 minutes. What's going to happen on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z? And that's it.
True. Very true.
It's like literally, if you took out 98% of them powering up, and like 50% of them just doing close-ups on all the characters, not saying nothing, just looking, you would cut out 30% of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, isn't that what Kai did?
Yeah, and Kai didn't. I don't know how far Kai went, but but Kai still had filler, so they cut it down a lot, and it still had filler. I mean that's how much filler was in Dragon Ball Z, but it's still one of the greatest animes out there. And
True.
so many animes reference it, because like if you ever seen you will never seen it, but if y'all out there have ever seen My Bride is a Mermaid, they reference it a few times, like at least 4 or 5 times, and they actually have like two characters in there. One is dressed as an adult, like as a teenage Trunks, and they have a teenage Vegeta in a classroom at one time. So it's like blink and you miss it, but like they stay on them for just long enough you can say, oh, that's Vegeta and that's Trunks.
Funny.
Yeah, and then there's one point where a character in there says, "Did you summon the Dragon Balls to get with the girl he was with?" So yeah,
Iconic. Meta.
but it's like I don't think 2020 was the best for animes, and I believe I know why. Because I know Corona had cut down on a lot of the stuff,
Production. Yeah.
and I feel like though I understand why Food Wars ended the way it did, because I heard how
You're real salty. That hurts you.
it does. Food Wars pissed me off, mainly because the end of it detoured from the manga.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why it did, because they didn't want to do as much of the love story, which I understand. But it was it was a reason why it was in there, and it seemed like they talked about it at the very end, but it was like, oh, it happened. Okay, give me the background of why it happened, and it was no reference, so I did not like that part of it. And at the end it was just like, thanks for watching. It's like,
damn,
F you. F you. And when it came to Real Life, I love Real Life is a masterpiece in my mind. And the thing is, the majority of it was strictly out of the manga. But when it came to those the wrap up, because they had ended it at one point of the anime, and then they did a wrap up of I believe it was either 4 or 5 episodes, not that many, to do a wrap up of just the ending, and I didn't like the way they did it. The way they did it in the manga. Sorry, the way they did it in the anime, because the manga version was perfect. The way they just cast it off, and they just cut corners in the anime, and they could have did the exact same thing, because the same thing they did in the manga, because it would have made more sense. So that bothered me. like I believe if you there's certain animes that I've watched that I've actually read the manga for, and it bothers me when I when I watch anime, and I believe that certain mangas that I refuse to read because I love the anime too much.
Mm.
And once I know what occurred, like I really wish Rosario and Vampire continued on, and if they continued on based upon what's in the manga, it would be spectacular because the manga, if you see Rosario and Vampire, you will understand that the human in it gains powers in the manga at some point. So the way that he contracts those powers is in like it's hinted in the anime, but it's not touched upon. So that would have been spectacular to see. I the only the I got pissed off at the anime of High School Girl. I believe High School Girl is such a nostalgic anime that it pains me how nostalgic it was and how old it made me feel. However, the way that it ended, I was kind of pissed off because I wanted more. And I went to the manga, and it's in the exact same way. So that I believe is the truest. Is one of the truest to manga the animes that I've ever seen because it ends the exact same way. Like I pissed off again. But yeah, like if you grew up in the '90s, everybody, like if you would have to be like 30 between the ages of 34 and 38 now. And you grew up in like if that's your age range right now, and you like anime, give this anime a watch. Only before the nostalgic of how excited everybody was when certain games came out and game systems came out. And like it starts with how much everybody was excited about Street Fighter. And I don't mean the Street Fighter 2, I mean Street Fighter. Then you get excited about how they brought Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and all the stuff like that. And then it comes out and talks about Virtual Fighter and all those games that were out there. And there's a
The arcade.
oh my god,
Arcade.
there's an
Make my
arcade.
money.
It's an arcade game that they talk about in there, and they talk about how they struggle with it. And I remember going to the pizza shop that was near my house, Vito's, that was near my house, and going there, and I spent at least $400 or $500 at this, like in my lifetime in total, not at one time, but in total, playing this game because I used to always just go there and try to see how far I can go. And yeah, and I remember the struggle. So it brought back. It's such a nostalgic anime, even though it's in Japan. It's so nostalgic because you remember your first game system. You remember
Yeah.
you were like they can't like I was they can't say Nintendo or
And everybody's been playing the same games in the world since we've been playing video games.
yeah, and it's such a good. And the thing is, they hit up really some obscure video games too, like
Mm.
some that you remember, and you say, "I remember that game." Jesus Christ! So they do a good job at doing that. And I'm saying it's on Hulu. I think it's a Hulu one, and it's really good. You know, and it's a right of it's like it does have the last few episodes does have a love element to it, but that's just because they gotta add that in there for people. These two kids, they were like really young when they met. Like it goes probably from 1991 to 1999, and it starts with a boy and girl, whatever, competing over Street Fighter. And of course, that's going to blossom into something else over 8 years. From when they were like 8 or 9 to them being like 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew it was going to happen. So, but yeah, so that's one, and that's two animes that two things you need to watch. CW. That's your home. That's your homework for 2021. You have 11 months to watch these animes and this TV show. I'm serious. So yeah, everybody out there, tell us what you are watching and stuff like that, because like there's so many ones coming out that I've looked up to see what's spectacular, and it seems to be like a whole bunch of the same recently. So, and I'm trying to find something that can keep my attention, because I haven't even watched season 2 of ReZero, because that first episode took like it took so long between season 1 of ReZero. I'm sorry, season 2 of ReZero from season 1, that I completely forgot half the stuff that ended the season. And I don't even know when they're gonna come up with My Hero Academia next season. So I'm looking forward to that too, because I really want to. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there's certain aspects of that anime that I really want to know what's going to happen next to certain characters. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, so thanks everybody for listening, tuning in. I don't know what happened to our guest today. However, this is episode 97, y'all. So to give you a reference, our episode 100 is going to have Charlotte Stokely. She said she'd do it for us for our 100th episode. So that means we have 2 episodes coming up, and we'll see who we can get for you to come out. I'm really appreciative of everybody listening thus far, to listen to us ramble about random stuff via all the guests that we've had on. So, see, David, tell them where they can find you, support you, everything else.
Farmer.
You say what?
Where they can find me?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it like say we can find Burbank Misfits, because he put a mouthful of food into his mouth.
Popcorn.
Okay, you can find the Burbank Misfits. We're the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Facebook and on Twitter, BurbankMisfits.com. That has everything that we do in various different fields. You can find him, since he still has food in his mouth, CC Fitness LA on Twitter and on Instagram. CCFitnessLA.com is his website. Or his personal Twitter is Christopher_Willie with an IE _J. That's on Instagram. And you can find me, Rawstar, RAWSTARR, on Twitter and on Facebook, on what's that thing called? Instagram. Speaking of that, if you know somebody in the world out there uses their name for all their business attributes, do not ask them to sell their name for $50. It's an insult to them. And I'm using this as an example. Someone messaged me on Instagram saying they want my username Rawstar, and they was going to give me $50. Do they know this is my brand? Anyway, I'll talk to you. We will talk to you all next week. Be well, stay blessed, stay amazing.